This is a certified hood classic.
I used to be in my feelings, then I turned up and got a spot. I can't say how much I made in that bitch, I just know it was a lot. I don't care no more if she love me for real, long as she love my knot. They say, you hitting them with too much drip. I know I got a mop. I put my flow in the microwave, I know I got to blow, now it's hot. I was way too far ahead of my time, I had to slow down and stop. Before I pull up to the honeycomb, I got to go round the block. Looking in blind spots for any nigga think he on the low trying to plot. Go ahead.
Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Hankin TV, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's my boy. He put dope content over there.
Yes, sir.
iPhone, Apple, Mac, Pro, notebook. Very far away from spots where we letting the coke cook. I'm properly playing pimp, popping in iguanas with saltwater fish tanks, Oscars and piranhas. Fluffy landscape, green grass on the line. Living like a boss down with koi fish in the pond. Ivory, white linen, same shade as the swan.
Let me bring this shit back. Sky, what we doing right here is bringing you the daily doses of game. My man Garfield, he doing it real big with Hustler State. You know how it goes down. We got my man Hustler State 1000 there in the building. Dayton that cat streaking on standby. My man M. Wolfie pushing the buttons as usual. Stay paying attention.
iPhone, Apple, Mac, Pro, notebook. Very far away from spots where we letting the
I'm shining.
I'm properly playing pimp, popping in iguanas with saltwater fish tanks, Oscars and piranhas.
Yes, sir.
Fluffy landscape, green grass on the line. Living like a boss down with koi fish in the pond. Ivory, white linen, same shade as a swan. Calling shots like Gotti.
Are you listening?
Bad hoes are doing BC, BG, and Tiffany. All I smoke is Tiffany. Wait till they get a whiff of me. Filet mignon butterfly, shrimp split fry, the Papado Gator chunk cocktail on the side. Now look at that plate, that's Hustler Steak. Come from hustling great. Don't be alarmed, you just hit a game farm. That's when she leaned in like Field. I want to kiss you so official. Through a
The
platinum
fucking
plate.
daily
And
dose
through the
of the
list, like,
game.
hold on, baby. I'm shy.
What's up with it? It's your boy JT. If I say I done it, I did it. And thank y'all for tuning in to Hankin TV tonight. It's my first video of the new year. What is it? It's the 9th. It's the 9th, and I'm just now dropping a video. So I done gave y'all a head start, man. Tonight I got my man. This is my guy right here, man. CEO Peso. Dope videographer, man, a teacher, a podcaster, director, producer. Just an all-around great guy, man. If you can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Man, I go by CEO Peso, man. I think you nailed it all across the board. Most importantly, I'm a dreamer. You know what I mean? Started dreaming, kept dreaming. Dreaming like I've never woke. You hear me?
Okay, man. Where you from?
Man, I am originally from Dayton, man, by way of Trotwood, born and raised. I'm a city boy. I've been raised here, yeah, bro, since a youngin'. Since a youngin'. I'm born and raised in Dayton.
So how was it growing up in Trotwood?
Man, back in the G, bro, Trotwood was like Miamisburg, Centerville. It was like Salem Mall. We had our own, grocery stores, consumer plaza. Like, it was just like, it was dope. We had our own community. I had my own friends in the neighborhood. Like, it was definitely like suburban, and it was smooth, like I didn't have no crazy upbringing, so it was pretty dope for me.
Right. So you started off with music?
Yeah. So, man, music was definitely the passion. Man, my first memory is like, seeing Dame Dash, Rockefeller type style, and just talking shit and everything, but yet still doing business. And I'm like, 14, 15 at the time, like, yo, I like how he does what he wants. I mean, not to say I want to talk shit to everybody, but just that he's the CEO, but he's controlling a lot of things and he's doing it the way he want to do it. So, that's how the music came about. Me and my homies created a label, Trendset Music. I got into engineering a lot of artists and, a couple productions here and there, and that's how it all started triggering from there.
Okay, so what made you pick up the camera?
Man, I don't want to sound like that, but I literally been into like, videography my whole life. Like, I like shouts out to my grandmother. She had the money back in the day to buy like cameras with the VHS tapes and all of that, and you know what I mean. So I would just start recording like little stuff, just around the house and all of that, just playing, having fun for real. And then that just kind of just picked up. Like I just started liking, just the fact of recording something and going back and being able to watch that memory like years later and all of that. So it started early, like recording the talent show at high school, sneaking the camera in the high school and all of that. And, it just, every time the camera started to develop, I would develop with it. So you go to the mini DVD cameras, like I had that. Then they had the flip camera, and I got the flip camera. And then the Canon came along, Canon 7D. So every time the camera industry would upgrade, I would try to keep up with it because I just was infatuated with just videography as a whole.
Right. So you self-taught.
Yeah, for sure. YouTube University. That is me.
University.
Me to the T, man. I didn't, it's trial and error. Like I remember because I attended college for I got an entertainment business bachelor degree at Full Sail. Oh yeah, you a Full Sail alumni yourself as well. We got to represent it. Yeah, but man, in between classes, shouts out to Ryan Lightborn. He was one of my first mentors. They got me schooled in on videography, and yeah, man, I just remember being in between class and like staying up to like 4 or 5 in the morning trying to learn slow motion and chroma key and ISO. You know what I mean? Like just everything, just in between class, and I would just be heavy on YouTube. This is like 2011. Like any video that was going up, like I would just sit there and just try to learn it and just keep piecing it together from there.
Right. So let's go back to Full Sail. So what made you interested in going to Full Sail?
Man, Full Sail came about from when I was heavy into the music and like engineering and production. And some of my favorite producers called the Runners. They was based out of Miami. They did Rick Ross Hustling, and they had went to Full Sail. And then my best friend's brother was going to Full Sail with the Runners at the time. This was like 2005, 2006, and that had just gave me some motivation. Like, damn, like my best friend's brother is going to school with these producers that got the #1 hit. So it just was like, Full Sail was just kind of like recommended, like, if you want to make it, come here. So it just was like, shit, by any means, whatever I got to do to go to Full Sail. But I wanted to go to Full Sail originally for recording arts, but I crossed over to music business just off of just, the financials and, the degree, them degrees is like pricey as fuck. So I'm like, I got to get down here. I got to get down here by any means.
Man, my wife cussed me out now about that student debt. But
we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work.
Right. So by you going there and pursuing a business degree, how did it make you feel when you didn't even, I ain't said you ain't utilizing, because I'm quite sure you are, but when you transition over to videography?
Honestly, man, I was so dedicated into the videography, like midway before graduating. Honestly, the music business degree was like, bro, just hurry up and get this over with. Like, it just was like, you already halfway there, and I just got a new development of a passion for the camera. So it didn't even really affect me at all to transition. I mean, because honestly, I'm glad that it worked out the way it did, because I definitely still use a lot of my music business degree classes and teachings in videography, like as far as the videography business. But honestly, bro, I was just like, I was ready to go. I remember the school was offering me jobs at like, the Cleveland Cavaliers internships and all of that. And I'm like, man, I don't want none of that. Like, I'm about to just bet on myself and keep learning this camera. And yeah, like the degree, I'm like, it's dope to have under my belt in case everything falls. But like, I'm going straight videography at this point.
Right. Okay. So you transitioned over. You said you're playing with the camera around the house. You're going to YouTube University. So what was your first project you shot?
All right. So my first my first project was shouts out to my homie Jo Far Out. It was a video that we had shot down there when we was all in Orlando together at school. And that was just kind of like a guinea pig thing. Like, you know, it got some little notoriety. Like, okay, like Peso got a camera. This look all right. But my very first project, I could say that, like, did what it's supposed to do was an artist that went by Railroad. Shouts out to Rail. It was a video called Going In For The Kill. It dropped Christmas Day 2011. And it was like, at that time in 2011, not too many people had their hands on, like, you know, the cameras like I had. And yeah, like Going In For The Kill was like literally like the catapult of like, oh shit, like nah, Peso is like very, very fucking good at what he do. So if you everybody watch it, go look at Going In For The Kill. You know, I think it still holds some type of weight just off of just the storyline of how I put it together, even though it's like what 12 years old now. But yeah, that video definitely was the catapult of like, oh shit, like videography is it for here on out.
Right. So when you started off, so was you setting out just to like just do music videos, or you want to do anything far as with videography?
Nah, it was strictly music videos. It was. I remember at the time, World Star had Jordan Tower Films. Then obviously you had Benny Boone, Director X, Chris Robertson. Like, you know, you had all these dope videographers that were shooting these cinematic music videos. And to me, yeah, that's what just kept me going. Like I was already so included into the music from just recording and, you know, fucking around with the homies and everything. So everything was just kind of just musically based. Like I didn't care what it was. It was like, bro, I have to be like, I remember emailing Q from World Star when he was alive, like after the Jordan Tower situation pleaded. I'm like, yo, like y'all can work a deal and, you know, I'll bring traffic in the World Star, like, you know what I mean? Like, give me a discounted price so I can tell these people. So, yeah, everything was just music video. I didn't think nothing else for, like, at least 5-6 years.
Right. You using your phone?
Yeah.
For this? Hey, turn it like this for me. Hey, there we go.
Oh, yeah, bad. We good?
Yeah. So okay, boom. You say you want to start out doing music video. Okay, so what was your first film project?
First film project was Got My Hustle Up. Shouts out to Jason, DBKS. We had started to formulate that back in like 2016. And that's definitely my very first like feature film. Like at least 90% was shot by me if I wasn't there to shoot. I edited the whole film. And yeah, that was definitely like my first independent film.
Right. Okay, so boom, you wanted to do music videos. That was your passion. You hooked up with Jason, which was your guy, and decided to shoot Got My Hustle Up. So was that when you fell in love with shooting films like, man, I can do this?
Fuck no. Yeah, man. Yo, shoot, bro. One thing I realized when I got into shooting Got My Hustle Up was just like, okay, this ain't no 3-4 minute video. This is 60 to 90 to 120 minutes. You feel me? Like, so yeah, like at first when I started doing Got My Hustle Up, it was just so tedious. Like I could shoot a music video with my eyes closed, but with film, it's like, okay, it's sound and it's scenes, and then it's the continuity to make sure if you got to redo a scene, it's the same as the first one, and you know, making sure people come back with the same T-shirt, the same hat, the same shoes. So it was frustrating at first because we just kept having to do so much stuff over and over, and then working with people's schedule and everything. But honestly, so yeah, during the process of that, I really didn't like filming. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm still shooting videos in between. But after we got done with Got My Hustle Up, the final product, it made me appreciate all the bullshit that we had went through. And that's when I fell in love with it after I shot it. And, you know, I proved, most importantly to myself, like, oh shit, like I can actually shoot a film. Going into it, I knew nothing about film. Like now I can't even watch a movie to see what the lighting looked like and, you know, the anamorphic lens flares or whatever, you feel me? So yeah, like I fell in love with filming after Got My Hustle Up. And you know, and it's just dope just to see something that was on paper on screen, and you know, I shot it. You know what I mean? That's what made me really love it.
Right. And that's one of the curses of being a filmmaker, because when you sit down watching other movies, you see every little thing, man. Man, I be sitting down
Man,
watching movies, and I can just catch every little thing as far as studying it so much. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I'll tell you, it's difficult. Like even the Marvel movies, I'm looking at how they doing their graphics. Like documentaries, I'm looking at, you know, how they got they sitting. So, you know, yeah, it is gift and the curse, because it's like I can't watch. I can watch something and enjoy it, but at the same time, it's like I watch it and still analyze. Like, oh shit, like okay, they got a dolly shot, or they, you know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, but it's dope though, because that just means, you know, I'm well trained now to see something. Like if I haven't did it or I don't know how to do it, I'm gonna figure it out after watching something.
Right. So with it being so many independent films and series coming out, man, what you think the state of filmmaking is in? You think it's gonna be saturated like the rap game or music in general?
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, it's already kind of saturated, and but that never really bothered me. Like even with music, like telling my homie, like man, the good and the good is always gonna stand out from the bad. Like so, it's definitely oversaturated. Like you got people who just shooting anything and throwing it up carelessly, and you know, at the same time they doing that, they setting the tone for what mediocre is compared to, you know, when I come through and I'm gonna, you know, humbly brag and say, you know, some of the films that I've been a part of and shot already, I've set it above mediocre. So it's like it could be saturated as much as it won't. But when people catch that wind of like, okay, this is a real film and this shit is shot like really how it's supposed to be shot, that's always gonna stand through. Just like the music. Like music is oversaturated, but the good shit always stand out from everything else.
Right. Okay, so then once you shot the got my hustle up, and then you said after it was done, that's when you gained a love for doing films. So then what became your like formula start formula to start like pursuing more film shooting films?
Man, I started just doing either more intricate music video work, like more storylines that got like dialogue and breakdown, kind of like a short film in a sense, like 6 7 minutes. And you know, I started being around more people, like I was in Atlanta at the time, and just you know, man, I was really just blessed and fortunate to be around some really good production. Like one of the shows I was a part of was from Will Packer. He had a Twitter show called Power Star Live, and they would do it live, like I think every Thursday. And you know, I was just blessed to be able to scale up from seeing how it was done, how I got my hustle up was done at a level of, you know, just independent and us just fucking up and figuring it out, trial and error. To I get blessed to be on this show, and I'm seeing these cameras, and I'm seeing the lighting, and I'm seeing even with a live show, it's a script, and I just see how the intricate detail and how they go about it. So the love started developing after I just saw like just so much of the real behind the scenes, like how that shit really go. And then like I said, I don't deny nothing. It's like, well, shit. If they doing it like this at another scale, then I need to learn how to do it at this scale, just so I can just keep leveling up. So that's just where it came from. And like I said, I did a few minor documentaries. I did, you know, I just started doing stuff geared towards like more film and in a more cinematic way.
Right.
So,
So what's some of the projects you worked on?
man, I obviously got my hustle up. I was a part of the movie Little with Marseille Martin, Issa Rae, Regina Hall. I was a part of another TV show on TV1 with Selena Johnson. When she was on the road to becoming a bodybuilder. Selena Johnson is a singer from Chicago, like a super legend. Most recently, I was a part of Jason's film PUA, a dime to a dollar. And then, like I said, most recently, I was just a part of fantasy football. Marseille Martin, Amari Hardwick, and Kelly Rowland. So, yeah.
Okay, I've seen a lot of promotion for the fantasy football along with promoting myself. So what was your role on that film? far as on the crew?
So okay, so it was 3 roles I had. One, I'm a personal videographer for Marseille Martin. Two, I was part of some of the co-directing on some of the scenes in the movie. Shouts out to Anton. He was giving me a place to be able to kind of just direct and have input. And also I was a part because they got different editing teams for like different pieces of the movie. So I was a part of a piece of the editing it as well. So but the main two parts was the co-director and the editing that I contributed to the movie as well. But Marseille Martin, I'm like her number one videographer too, and so it all played a part.
Right. And you also did like a behind the scenes with her where she went to the was it the Emmys?
Yeah, man. So that was after we had shot the movie Little, and the Emmys was coming around. And I think she got nominated for a few because she's on the show Blackish as well. And so they went to the Emmys for the nominations for Blackish, and yeah, they had pulled me. That's when I was living in LA at the time. And they like, yo, we going to the Emmys, So I got suited up, and I was just with her, right hand, red carpet, and just kind of her prepping up to get ready for the Emmys, and going through wardrobe, and yeah, I just put that video together for her content for her page.
Man, coming from Little Bitty Old Dayton, man, we already dream big, and you know what I'm saying? Certain people, we got passion behind it, man. We know we're going to make it. Man, how did it feel, man, coming from Dayton, being at the Emmys?
Surreal. It was definitely like a walking dream in a sense, because the Emmys is shit that you see on TV, you see the commercials on ABC, and it's like, okay, whatever the case is. I wasn't a real Emmy watcher. I just knew how big it was, kind of like the Oscars and everything. But now to be there, man, it was definitely a feeling like, all right, I'm doing something right. Just still be here, and being in LA and all of that. Because any big thing that happened, I always think of like, damn, I'm a small kid from Dayton, Ohio, and I'm out here. But the Emmys was definitely like just an eye opener of like, man, you doing something right. I'm rubbing elbows with the right people. I'm networking, and it was one of them things like, I'm here for a reason. Like if I wasn't meant to be here, I wouldn't be here. So it just let me know, like, all right, glorify it, soak it in, but all right, nigga, you got to keep going to the next level. So, nigga, like, don't just let this overpower everything.
Right. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm kind of slow, man, and sometimes YouTube just don't do it for me. And even before I had formally known you, I just knew you was good with videography. I remember I hit you up. If you scroll through your DMs, I done hit you up before for some advice. Man, so what would you tell people about films and content creating becoming so popular now? Man, what was some advice you would give people trying to break into videography and creating content?
I would definitely say take your time with ideas. Take your time with, because it is so oversaturated. People feel like they second and third place already, when it's like it's wild, wild west. Like, don't just try to throw anything up, because you throwing anything up can tarnish your name. It's gonna live forever unless you delete it. So that's one thing I would say is just, think it through and be creative. And then on top of that, like, don't get so infatuated with what you need to get started. Just use what you got, but make sure you know it from beginning to end to beginning. Like, I had the same camera I was using for like 6-7 years, but I had like just studied it so much, people thought I had a red camera at the time. So it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, so I wasn't just waiting on like, oh, I need this to go to the next level. So it's like, nah, like, stay creative, and you can use what you got to get things going. You don't have to wait on nothing. Like, it's so easier now than how it was 10 years ago. Like you can get into it. And the last thing too is just man, make sure that shit look good. Don't just throw anything out. Like, make sure that shit looks professional enough, polished enough, like presentable enough. Like, make sure that shit is like A1, no matter how long that shit take, because the more cinematic and the quality and the lighting and everything, the more they look, the more it's gonna attract attention. you see a nigga with fresh J's on, you gonna think, you know, to holler at him first rather than the nigga that got on dirty forces. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So perception is reality. Present yourself accordingly to where people gonna take you serious off of how the work look. Because if you put up bullshit, I'm not watching bullshit. If it don't catch me, I ain't about to watch it. It could be the best storyline in the world, but you gonna miss your opportunity because you chose to shoot the shit that look like bullshit. You didn't take the time.
Right.
So that would be that's about that really that's my three that I would tell people that want to get into it.
Right. So what you working on now?
Man, right now, I'm working. I have my own documentary that I'm working on called Forever and Ever. It's kind of like a Yeezus type thing. I've been recording, you know, damn near the past 17, 18 years of my life. I'm working on that. Me and Jason, we got a TV series that we're working on right now. I can't really say the name of it, but it's based around Dayton. We got the first 4 episodes shot right now. What else do I got going on? A couple more projects. I'm actually in the process. Like 2 people just sent me like a script that they kind of want me to do. So the filming is definitely kind of starting to build up a tad bit. As far as people hit me up for film now, minus just the whole music video aspect. So I got a couple of things, man. And like I said, it's the new year. Like you said, it's January 9th. You know, I got some, like I said, I got some things crossing over from last year, but I'm looking forward. I'm actually trying to shoot my own very first film, written, directed by me. I plan on trying to at least start that in spring, and hopefully I have it out by the end of this year.
Right. So we already know our first are always our babies, man. But out of all the projects you've done, man, which one are you the most proud of?
Got my hustle up, easy. That got my hustle up is that changed my perception. That changed people's perception of me. That gave me the confidence of like, okay, I can do this. Like I can be a film director, not just a cameraman or not just the music video dude. Like, nah, like Got My Hustle Up is my baby because it shifted me over to like, nah, I can shoot a damn film. I can do something that's 2 hours long. So yeah, that's my baby. I love all the other projects, but Got My Hustle Up was my catapult.
Right. And then for the fantasy football, like I said, we just seen it. We see Amari Hardwick in it. And while you was on set with shooting that, man, did you ever slip up and call him Ghost?
Nah. Nah. The funny thing is, man, one of the first conversations we had on set, we were just talking on, just building up a rapport or whatever the case is, and I think somebody else had walked past like an extra or something, and it was like, yo, there go Ghost. What up, Ghost? And then he kind of just turned like, oh, I can't stand that. So it just was. So it just was like, okay, like that just triggered me. Like, man, do not call this nigga Ghost at all. Like, whatever. So I'll just call him O or OH or something like that. But nah, I never did. Somebody else did it for me, and it was just like, okay, cool. Like I'm staying away from that. I ain't making no ghost jokes, no power jokes, nothing.
Right. And I also know, man, you done worked with a lot of great people, man. Who have you worked with so far, man, that you never would have thought that you'd be working with?
Man, I mean, that's tough, man. That's tough because I didn't, like I said, with Regina Hall, Issa Rae, Marseille, Kelly Rowland Ghost, Boosie, Selena. Like, I would have to say that probably Amari, just because he was somebody that I was like watching on TV when Power was in his first couple seasons and just being glued to Power, and then then to be able to just like I got Amari gave me his number like on set, like like me and him was just texting happy holidays over Christmas, and that it blows my mind because it's like, damn, like I've really built a relationship with somebody that I was just watching on TV saying 50 Cent picked the right people, and now I'm doing his photos on set, we talking on set, and Yeah, and I mean, but everybody else too, it's all equal. But that's just Mamari was just like I said, somebody that I just was watching on TV heavy, and it's like, damn, now I get to work next to this man. And Amari put me in the movie. He put me in fantasy football. It's just a small extra role, but you know, he like my Crenshaw jersey because initially he like, nah, we gotta put you in the scene. So it's this full party scene. I'm in the back when they walk downstairs, man. So yeah, Amari, man, he just kind of just embraced me a lot and showed me a lot of love. And it's like, damn, like, you know, that's crazy to be cool with somebody at that caliber like that.
Right. I was fortunate enough, and it was an honor to be on a Dreamers Welcome podcast, man. Tell people about Dreamers Welcome.
Man, Dreamers Welcome podcast, that's something that I was really sitting on for like 2 years before I started it. And it's basically just, you know, as simple as that. You know, everybody got a dream and they got a different way of how they go get it. And, you know, I respect anybody who chase their dreams. And it's like, well, shit, I just want people to hear stories. I just want the people to hear, like, what people go through, trials and tribulations, and, you know, advice or whatever the case is. Because at the end of the day, we all doing the same thing, trying to chase a dream. But it's just like somebody might hear, like, damn, I'm going through that same shit he going through. Even with your story, you know, just being open to being incarcerated and everything, and how you out, and then that nothing stop you from society, you know what I mean? And you know, it that hit a lot of people, like when they just can compare their stories. And you know, I'm just trying to be a small percentage of the people who watch shit and be like, okay, this is an informal thing. And you know, that's just where it stemmed from. Like, man, my whole brand is just dream. Like, we got a dream, you know what I mean? Like, we all want to do something, and I want people to understand that what age you at, or what you've been through, or you know what I mean, what you have or don't have. It's like, bro, everybody go through the same, well, different shit, but we striving for the same thing. So that's what Dreamers Welcome podcast is really about, man. Just kind of just getting people's story out, and you know what I mean? Just shit, bro. We gotta keep dreaming. You know what I mean?
Right. And if anybody trying to get you, know what I'm saying, for any camera work, videos, films, how can they reach you?
Man, everything is at CEO Peso. You can Google me. You can hit me on any social media. My emails is in my bios. Just get with me, email me. I'm cool. You know what I mean? We'll make it work. I travel. You know what I mean? I'll be a lot of places at once. So y'all get with me, and you know, we'll get it together. Let's talk. Even if it's advice, you want to holler at me on what I need to get or this and that. Like, man, I'm the coolest nigga you don't know, man. Just hit me up, CEO Peso.
Right. And when you say we can be looking for that documentary,
Man, the doc, man, that's the crazy thing. I'm gonna try to get the because I'm doing it in episodes, and I'm gonna drop it on YouTube. I'm gonna try to get the first episode out by March. The funny thing about the doc is, man, my life is still going, so I'm still trying to record and document everything to keep adding on to it. But the first episode, I'm aiming for February or March to put that out.
right. And the tables always turn, man. So I'm gonna hit you with some of your own stuff, man. Let's get some words of wisdom before we leave.
Man, oh man, let me think. I would say, nah, I don't know if they're gonna run with that one. Always give more than you can take. My whole career has been kind of like that, because as much as I've been given and not taking as much back, me giving it kind of had just got me in better positions. I always didn't let my ego get in the way, or my pride or whatever. I always played my part. I played number two if I needed to, the cameraman, the photographer. And, you know, because of me not trying to take so much back from it, I think that's what got me these relationships where I'm at. I always gave more than what I took from it. And, you know, I think that's just important on how you're supposed to prosper. Like, greed and, you know, selfishness comes at a certain point when it's absolutely needed. But, you know, just always give more than you can take, because it'll always come back better for you. I truly believe that.
Right. And before we get out of here, man, I want to run the intro. I want to run your trailer.
Cool.
What up, y'all? Face on here. Early. Got sleep in my eyes. I'm tired of shit. Let me tell you what I woke up to. This road to being an entrepreneur or just successful period, man, it's gonna come with like a lot of shit, a lot of struggles. You gotta learn to appreciate them struggles, First just passed, I just came back from Miami. I just paid rent, phone bills due. This is what I'm currently looking like right now in my bank account. It's like, I ain't gonna say I'm definitely not happy about that. I'm really not.
And I want you to think about whatever your dream is. Because I was willing to take a chance, and most people won't do that. You are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain, a lot of defeats. But in the process of doing that, what you'll realize is that you're more powerful than you can ever begin to imagine. I kept running toward my dream.
I know that something better could come, well, will come.
What up? Here Peso, 1/2 CEO for the Trendset Music.
Don't break a sweat, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, I do got one question I want to ask you though.
Okay.
When you like that old footage, when you got that old footage, was you thinking of doing a documentary or just old footage you had caught?
Old footage, man. Like I said, I just used to get the camera and just record. Like I didn't think nothing of I'm going to keep this in 15, 16 years from now. I'm going to use it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the I don't know, man. Like it was picked for me in a sense, Like I was just having fun with it. Like I recorded, man. My homies, our kickbacks and everything, and because I never deleted nothing, or I was so hot, I was up on YouTube in like 2008, 2007. So I was uploading everything, you know what I mean? So the YouTube acted like my hard drive, and I just kept all of my old footage and stuff. So I never even thought that clip. When I showed my bank account and woke up in Orlando, that was the first instinct of like, man, I got all this old footage, and if none of this work, I'm gonna get rich off being broke. I'm gonna just record my whole struggle, whatever. I got all this old footage from 2006, and that clip did it. And I just was like, I'm about to just record everything and just keep everything. But initially, no, like them old clips. We were just having fun. We was just trying to stunt because we had a camera and other people didn't. That's all it was.
Right. Okay, man, one more time before we get out of here, man. Tell everybody where they can find you at.
Man, CEO Peso, CEOPESO. Google me. Go to my link in the bios, email me, whatever, inbox me. Like, get with me. That's what you can get me on everything.
That's what's up, man. Then when you got any future projects or anything in the future you're working on, you already know, let me know, and I'm going to get it out there.
Yeah, we was already talking about help on the documentary, though. Like, I'm just finally kind of got a clean slate, so now I can kind of just sit back and work on my own rather than everybody else's. So we got some work we're going to get in together.
All right, man. Just hit me up, man. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate you for coming through, man.
Man, I appreciate you, G, for real.
You already know, man. Thanks. I'm going to holler at you.
All right.
That was CEO Peso, man. Check him out. Go to CEO Peso on YouTube, man. Check out his work. It's a lot of artists, man. When the video's playing, check out the credits. You can catch him in there. We kind of slow tonight, man. Like I said, man, I ain't dropped the video, man, in 2 weeks. So I ain't in the algorithm, man. So I need everybody, man, to hit that like button, man, comment, share it. I got some fire interviews coming up this week. I started off today with CEO. Tomorrow I got female rap artist Bonnie Too Cold coming up. And then Thursday I got Jason Hampton himself, the creator of the movie Got My Hustle Up, in the trending cartoon that's out right now called F Child Support. It's on Tubi. So slide through and check it out, man. It's 4 episodes. It's fire. What else I got coming up? Oh, yeah. Your boy going to Dallas, Texas, Friday. I've been invited to the Hot Boy OG Terrence Gangster William. He invited me to his welcome home party. So I'm going to Dallas Friday. I'm going out there and get us some footage. I'm going out there, man, and rep for the city, man. I'm repping, man. I'm putting the city on my back. So I'm going to go out there, get some footage, get some interviews, man. I'm wearing all my Dayton, Ohio gear, man. I'm getting us out there. So be looking for them videos when they coming. I messed around and some things happened to my channel. So when you see that join button come up, man, make sure y'all join the membership, man. Join the membership. So I'm about to start having some exclusive content coming up. It's a new year. It's 2023. I just started in September, and I said from September to the new year, I just was gonna test it out and see what it do. So it did more than what I thought it would do. So now I'm about to go hard. I'm about to bring y'all some fire content. About to bring y'all some vlogs. I promise, man, I'm about to bring these story times, man. I know I've been promising y'all story times and cooking videos and everything, man. Like I said, I just wanted to see what the channel was going to do. It's doing all right. So I got that content coming, man. So be looking out for that. Hit me up for the merch. Hit me up for the Hankin merch. Hankin, when you can supply demand and consistently turn a profit, and hit me up for a book. Hit me up for a copy of the book Hankin in Love with the Game. Also, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and do the audio version and just upload it to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna upload it in chapters, so you'll be able to catch the book on there. And if you want a hard copy, you can hit me up. Follow me on all social medias at Hankin TV. And like I said, share the video, man. Tell a friend, subscribe to the channel, man. And just everybody, man, thanks for coming through and supporting. Like I said, man, I ain't dropped a video in 2 weeks, so I kind of fell off. So I need a little help getting back in the algorithm and getting back on track. So just hit that like button, man, and subscribe. Also, if you know, we got something coming up for Black History Month. This right here, it ain't really so much geared for Dayton, but anybody can hit it. It's going to be Shop Black Business Dayton. And you can go to launchdayton.com and check out a directory of all Black-owned small businesses here in Dayton. But like I said, if you're from somewhere else, you can also hit launchdayton.com and check out the directory and make some online orders. So check that out. But they're going to be doing a thing for all month. They're going to be doing raffles. When you buy something from one of the small Black-owned business and directory, so where you're going to be able to submit your name or your information, they're going to do a raffle. I'm going to also have one of the sponsors on. I'm going to have her on January the 23rd so she can explain to everybody what's going on, so y'all know what's going on for Black History Month with the shopblackbusiness.com. And if you know anybody needs something promoted, you know what I'm saying, need to get their brand out there, hit me up. We can work on getting them on the platform. Thank y'all for coming through, man, and make sure you hit the like button. I'm out.